another video. We have a ton of Wings of Fire news to go over in this video, including the recently revealed sneak peek of the Hybrid Prince, Book 16, our first ever WoF merch, a promising TV show update, and more. I'll be going over all the latest content for the series that you guys need to know. And when I delve into Book 16 spoilers, I'll make it very clear. That way, those of you attending the fest soon, or that just don't want to know this info yet, can stay clear of things while still enjoying the rest of this exciting content. But before we begin, a huge shout out to my patrons. Darkfather95, Thistle, Noobto, Pyronuke, Avril, Pancake, Escarada, Adequin, Alex Cleaver, Shadow Hunter, and Atlas Stargazer. Thank you all so much for supporting me. Links to their social medias are in the description down below. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video. So yes, Tui T. Sutherland did indeed read an excerpt of Book 16 during FanWing Fest. While I was unable to record this panel due to the host requesting no cameras, I wrote down a ton of notes. In this portion of the video, I'll be talking about everything we learned about the Hybrid Prince. If you want to get to the rest of the news, spoiler-free to this next chapter of the series, then find your way to the timestamp given on screen. This is your warning. Okay, still here? Great! We learned a lot during this excerpt, and I'll go through everything in the order it happened first before I break it down. Tui did give us a bit of an introduction to the setting and characters of Book 16 first. The POV dragon here is going to be 𝙈𝙤𝙍𝙁, one of Clay's brothers. This next tale is going to follow his escape from Pyria with his sister Sora, the dragonette that accidentally killed 2 students at Jade Mountain Academy in an attempt to get revenge on Icicle for killing her older sister during the war. 𝙈𝙤𝙍𝙁 and Sora are sticking together as the bond between Mudwing siblings is a very strong one. They don't know exactly where to go and what to do, not until they run into a mysterious dragon named Mulberry. This character promised the duo asylum in a faraway place and offered to take them there. So that's where this excerpt begins. 𝙈𝙤𝙍𝙁, Sora, and Mulberry had to fly for 3 days before they reached the island the latter mentioned. Despite them heading over several different islands on previous days, this one was the largest of them all. So huge, in fact, that 𝙈𝙁𝙍𝙁 could not even see its end. Mulberry assured the siblings that this island was less than a quarter of the size of Pyria, though. Sora and 𝙈𝙁𝙍𝙁 flew over the rugged coastline, hearing a variety of animals in the distance. Eventually, they headed toward a range of mountains that looked like land had been crumbled by huge talons. The peaks weren't as tall as the claws of the clouds, however. Mulberry led them both through a winding crevice in the mountains that was pretty hidden to the outside world. They eventually came upon a wall as tall as the mountain itself, which had no door. 𝙈𝙁𝙍𝙁 initially thought it was odd that these dragons had no sort of protection, but wondered with a flicker of hope if it was because this truly was a safe place, where no one had to worry about attacks or wars. Despite his undying bond with Sora, 𝙈𝙁𝙍𝙁 still wishes she didn't do what she did back at Jade Mountain Academy, and felt some of his hope fade with remembering how she made the school unsafe. The island they're on seems rather dry, with very few patches of green, as well as dried up streams, which could be important. Mulberry's behavior only grows weirder as the dragon takes the 2 Mudwings to the Court of Refuge. Mulberry was nervous, almost like he didn't want 𝙈𝙁𝙍𝙁 and Sora entering this haven after all, which to me definitely implies someone is hiding something. Dragons peeked out at the newcomers, barely visible in the cracks overhead. Above the grand door, someone had chiseled the words, "For the safety and protection of all." Before Mulberry leads 𝙈𝙁𝙍𝙁 and Sora into the place, a dragon, whom 𝙈𝙁𝙍𝙁 originally thought to be a statue, makes her appearance. This is Queen Beryl, who is described as an adult skywing with dark red scales and a lean, angular face, wearing a gold circlet on her head and thin chains of gold in her ears and around her ankles. She is thrilled to see her son, Mulberry, arrive. The prince introduces Sora and Umber to the queen of this island, but is stopped by his mother when nervousness again creeps into his voice. Beryl compliments Sora's name, and the dragon's eyes with something Umber can't describe. It even caused the dragonette to shiver. However, Beryl welcomes Sora and Umber into her place of refuge. Sora's excitement at finding a place where she believes she can move forward takes over, causing her to show less apprehension at the strange surroundings and behavior of these new dragons. Sora greets Beryl in a way Mudwings only do to the siblings of their queen, implying great respect right off the bat. After Beryl offers to take the Mudwings around the Court of Refuge, Mulberry tries to interject, clearly having something important to mention. However, the mysterious queen cuts her son off yet again, though in a tone that Umber describes as fond but reproving. Umber becomes anxious yet again, and inquires if Mulberry's hesitation is due to him regretting being willing to take in Sora to this place, considering her past. However, Mulberry never says what he originally intended to. Umber promises that he and Sora will try to fit in, and that if they don't, they'll simply leave the island. Before we can hear more of this conversation, the Mudwing brother spots his sister racing to the other side of the tunnel. Sora is excited to take a look around, and is glad that she was welcomed so warmly. The book says that Umber followed his sister like he always would. We end things off with this line from Beryl, who gives an affectionate gesture to our POV character. "Yes," she said, "so very, very happy to have you here." Okay, so clearly there is something strange going on here, and I'm so curious what that may be. But first off, wow, we got so many things revealed to us. Let's break it all down. This island is very far from mainland Pyria, and likely not anything we've seen on the series' map so far. I wonder how this place hasn't been found by any of the tribes directly yet, or maybe no one cared for it due to its seeming ruggedness. There's some kind of hideout here for dragons, maybe just anyone that had to flee their past life, but wanted to start a new one. However, it's interesting to note that Tui told us we'll be seeing dragons that look like nothing we've ever seen before. And when you put that together with the title of this novel, that has to be hybrids. Is Mulberry the aforementioned hybrid prince? He has to be, right? He fits every description of this title, and would be a hybrid prince we didn't know about before. Queen Beryl is just as interesting as her son, as she's hiding things too. However, right now, her intentions seem innocent enough. We'll see if that lasts. Although Umber describes her as a Skywing, we don't know for sure if that's exactly what she is, at least not fully. It's key to remember that Queen Scarlet wanted Beryl dead, and had a plan to cause her demise when everything was ready and the time was right. Could this be a daughter of Scarlet we never knew of? Perhaps this ex-queen had some kind of secret relationship that she wishes to get rid of the evidence of. The name Beryl fits, considering Scarlet's love of jewels and other treasures. Or maybe this dragon isn't a hybrid herself, but her son is, and that's why Scarlet hated this daughter, for a greater reason than any of her others. Beryl could have been in love with a dragon from another tribe, and paid the price for it at the time, making her forced to flee her mother's wrath. Scarlet was rather old, so it makes sense that one of her older daughters could have a settlement of her own somewhere else. Plus, Skywings are excellent and quick flyers, making the journey to find this island easier. If Mulberry's father isn't around, then maybe Scarlet killed him. We don't have any physical descriptions of Mulberry through this excerpt, which was likely intentional in order to hide which other dragon tribe he's half of. My guess is he's part Rainwing. If Beryl was forced to hide from her mother, for who she loved, or was, it makes sense that she would open up some kind of haven for dragons that suffered in similar situations. Perhaps there are also criminals that hope to start fresh, or maybe they're primarily composed of hybrids that were banished or forced to hide their existence. They could be very bitter towards Pyria, even after the continent has tried to change. But if this is the case, that would be so crazy in the perfect way possible. That was actually a bit of an Arc 4 pitch of mine I never shared. Some kind of conflict where the hybrids fought back, hurt by what had been done to them before. I wonder why Beryl and Mulberry want Sora number there, though, of all dragons. Maybe there's something this island queen wants from them. We'll have to wait to find out. I'm so curious, though. What do you guys think is happening here? What are the Court of Refuge dragons hiding? Will Sora and Umber face challenges against each other during this next book? I am hyped. With those Book 16 preview spoilers out of the way, it's time to discuss some more WoF news. That's right. Recently, we got our first ever official apparel merchandise for the series. Tui has partnered with a clothing brand on Amazon to bring us lots of shirt designs. I'll be including a link to this page at the top of the description if you want to check it out. There are tons of shirts to pick from, which is really nice. The designs feature a combination of art from 𝙤𝙤𝙁 and Mike Holmes. All of Tui's profits from these items will go directly toward a charity dedicated to bringing books to school libraries across the country, so your money goes to a good cause. However, this merch release has become a bit of a hot topic in the Wings of Fire fandom right now. Many fanwings have admitted they feel disappointed by these lackluster, quickly made designs. And honestly, I do have to agree a bit here. Well, there is one that definitely stands out to me, the rest just aren't my style. It's also using reused art, which is the biggest criticism a lot of the community has. It'd be great if Scholastic could reach out to new artists, or even of-age fans, to create new art pieces and designs for Wings of Fire apparel. This fandom is so talented, and I think that would be fantastic. From there, we could get other items too. I do really think Scholastic should consider hiring some artists to make new and original looks for the shirts. Tui did confirm that this collection will expand, so I hope we get merchandise of other characters too. Will you be buying any of these exciting and awesome items? What types of art will you enjoy seeing for future drops? Talk about it in the comments. And to end things off, we have a thrilling update to the Wings of Fire TV show. Tui said she hopes to get news out to us very soon, and can assure us all that the crew working on the series are keeping the original books in mind. They want to be as faithful as possible, so that is spectacular. Whenever Tui can tell us more, she said she absolutely will. So, here's to hoping the Prime Video series is just as great as the books we know and love. I have a feeling it will be. After I had already finished editing this video, we got another piece of Wings of Fire news. The cover for the Klutz Press Folded Flyers book is now here, showing us a great look at the dragon art we'll be working with in this craft kit. For those unaware, Klutz Press's line of folded flyers is where you get to create dragons that actually fly. By following the step-by-step instructions on how to put these together, fans can launch dragons and dragonettes alike across any room. The 3 confirmed adults on this cover are Tsunami, Sundew, and Glory. Since the Folded Flyers book will come with some dragonettes for us to work with, I assume the other characters are Bumblebee and Cliff. This looks so awesome and exciting, and I can't wait to put together some of these when everything releases next year. I wonder who the artist is behind this cover, and the designs for the Folded Flyers, since it looks so new and awesome. But what do you guys think about all this news? What hybrid prince theories do you have based on what we heard? Is the merge interesting? Is the show something you've hoped for? Let me know down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.